Welcome to Hoops Archives, where we focus on sharing real and interesting player stories on and off the NBA court. Subscribe to our channel to help you discover a more interesting NBA. This video takes you through the efforts that the Denver Nuggets have made to win the championship in the past 10 years. Back in the middle of the 2011 season, Nuggets core player Carmelo Anthony completely lost confidence in the Nuggets and took the initiative to apply for a trade from the team. As we all know, the Nuggets were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs in 6 of the 7 seasons after selecting Carmelo Anthony, and only made it to the Western Conference Finals in the 2008-2009 season. Moreover, Carmelo Anthony averaged 28.2 points per game in the 2009-2010 season, ranking 3rd in the scoring list, second only to Kevin Durant, who averaged 30.1 points per game, and LeBron James, who averaged 29.7 points per game. It is understandable that Carmelo Anthony, who is in his prime and eager for the championship, wants to change the status quo. So the Nuggets sent Carmelo Anthony, Chauncey Billups, Ronaldo Balkman, Anthony Carter, Sheldon Williams, and the 2016 first-round pick in a 3-way trade in exchange for Danilo Gallinari, Wilson Chandler, Raymond Felton, Timofey Mozgov, Costa Koufos, plus the 2014 and 2016 first-round picks, and the 2012 and 2013 second-round picks. The Nuggets officially entered the rebuilding phase. But unlike other teams, this Nuggets team traded for many instant impact players and rebuilding chips, and their actual team strength did not decline too much. In the next 3 seasons, the Nuggets were still a playoff team under the leadership of head coach George Karl. After the introduction of Andre Iguodala, the Nuggets, who were already strong, took their strength to the next level. However, they lost to the Golden State Warriors 2-4 in the first round of the playoffs that season. In the summer of 2013, they missed the playoffs after losing Andre Iguodala, which was their first time missing the playoffs since 2003. The top scorer in the team was Ty Lawson, who averaged 17 points per game, and Kenneth Faried, who averaged 13 points and 7 rebounds per game, was already the team's second in command. At this time, the Nuggets needed to carry out a large-scale rebuilding. In the 2014 draft, the Nuggets, under the hand-picked selection of new general manager Tim Connolly, selected Jusuf Nurkic at the 16th pick, Gary Harris at the 19th pick, and Nikola Jokic at the 41st pick. And this most inconspicuous and seemingly laziest second-round pick from Serbia will completely change this Nuggets team. In the 2014-2015 season, the team's performance plummeted. Although the team's Ty Lawson, Aaron Aflalo, Kenneth Faried, Wilson Chandler, Danilo Gallinari, and Will Barton all averaged double-digit points per game, and the players' strength was very average, they lacked a leader, a key attacker, and a tactical core. After they experienced a poor record of 20 wins and 39 losses, the Nuggets decisively fired coach Brian Shaw and replaced him with Melvin Hunt. After the change of coach, the Nuggets' record still did not improve. They only won 30 games in the regular season and ranked 12th in the West. The Nuggets hired Michael Malone as the new head coach after the end of the season. In the 2015 draft, the Nuggets selected Emmanuel Mudiay with the 7th pick, and then officially signed a 3-year, $4.13 million cheap contract with last year's rookie Nikola Jokic. Since Nikola Jokic chose to hone his skills in the Serbian league for another season after being selected, he has now officially joined the Nuggets. Because they wanted to focus on training rookie Emmanuel Mudiay, the Nuggets sent away Ty Lawson, who played in the same position as him. So they traded top scorer Ty Lawson and a 2017 second-round pick to the Rockets in exchange for Joey Dorsey, Kostas Papanikolaou, Nick Johnson, and a protected first-round pick in 2016. Nikola Jokic showed superb basketball skills and basketball IQ in his first season with the Nuggets. No one could have imagined that a second-round pick could have such a mature mentality. Due to Jusuf Nurkic's injury, Nikola Jokic completely replaced him in the 27th game of the season and became the team's starting center. Nikola Jokic averaged 10 points and 7 rebounds per game, which became the biggest surprise for the Nuggets that season. That season, they continued to rank 11th in the West and missed the playoffs. In the 2016 draft, the Nuggets selected Jamal Murray at the 7th pick, Juancho Hernan Gomez at the 15th pick, and Malik Beasley at the 19th pick. It is worth mentioning that the number 7 pick that selected Jamal Murray was the first-round pick obtained from the Knicks in the trade for Carmelo Anthony that year. This is the last wealth that Carmelo Anthony left for the Nuggets. The new-look Nuggets are young and energetic, and they thought they would start the new season with Danilo Gallinari as the core. But as time went by, the Nuggets found that the core player truly worth developing was Nikola Jokic. However, the newcomers Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray still had great talents to be discovered at the time, so the team gradually shifted the tactical core and status to the two newcomers. In order to establish Nikola Jokic's core position, the team even traded Jusuf Nurkic in the 2017 first-round pick to the Trailblazers in exchange for Mason Plumlee and the 2018 second-round pick. This is the most correct choice for the Nuggets in their rebuilding journey. But there was also some stupidity on the part of the Nuggets leadership. In the 2017 draft, the Nuggets selected Donovan Mitchell at the 13th pick, Vlatko Čanča at the 49th pick, and Monte Morris at the 51st pick. Considering the presence of Jamal Murray in the team, they decisively traded Donovan Mitchell, who was only 6 feet 1 inch tall, to the Jazz in exchange for Trey Lyles and that year's number 24 pick Tyler Lydon. What the Nuggets leadership did not expect was that Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell played an epic series in the playoffs 3 years later. The two scored more than 50 points in the 4th game of the series, and jointly created this offensive battle. In the 2017 offseason, due to the presence of Nikola Jokic, they let go of Danilo Gallinari, whose contract expired, and then signed free agent Paul Millsap. In the 2017-18 season, the Nuggets, led by Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, performed mediocrely in the regular season. They were affected by Paul Millsap's injury in the middle of the season, and they eventually ranked 9th in the West and missed the playoffs. It is worth mentioning that in order to consolidate Jamal Murray's position, the Nuggets leadership sent Emmanuel Mudiay to the Knicks in a 3-way trade in the middle of the season in exchange for veteran Devin Harris. In the 2018 draft, the Nuggets selected Michael Porter Jr. at the 14th pick. Then, through a 3-way trade, Kenneth Faried, Darrell Arthur, a protected first-round pick in 2019 and a future second-round pick were sent to the Nets, and Wilson Chandler and 2 future second-round picks were signed to the 76ers in exchange for Isaiah Whitehead. Then Isaiah Whitehead was cut. After some operations, the Nuggets directly cleared nearly $43 million in salary space, which gave them enough space to offer the team's core Nikola Jokic a 5-year, $146 million maximum contract. In the 2018-2019 season, although rookie Michael Porter Jr. missed the entire season due to back surgery, this did not hinder the outstanding performance of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. They achieved an excellent record of 21 wins and 9 losses at the beginning of the season. With his super high basketball IQ and excellent basketball skills, Nikola Jokic became a strong contender for the MVP of the season in the middle of the season. That season, the Nuggets ranked 2nd in the West with a record of 54 wins and 28 losses, returning to the playoffs after 6 years. In the first round of the playoffs, they fought 7 games to defeat the experienced Spurs. But in the second round, they lost to the Trailblazers in the 7th game due to their lack of playoff experience and were unfortunately eliminated. Nikola Jokic averaged 27.1 points, 13.9 rebounds, and 7.7 assists in this series. and Jamal Murray averaged 23.6 points and 6 rebounds. The outstanding statistics of the two also reflect that they have grown into independent all-star players, which makes Denver fans very happy. In the summer of 2019, the Nuggets offered Jamal Murray a 5-year, $170 million maximum contract extension, and they traded for Jeremy Grant from the Trail Blazers for only a 2020 first-round pick. That season, they continued to fight around Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter Jr. as the core. In the new regular season, they made great strides and entered the playoffs with a high profile of third in the West. In the first round of the playoffs, Jamal Murray was like a god, and he faced Donovan Mitchell. Neither of them gave in. In the end, the Nuggets eliminated the Jazz and entered the second round. The Nuggets won the Clippers in the second round with difficulty, but eventually lost to the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. In the summer of 2020, they gave up renewing the contract with Jeremy Grant, who performed poorly in the playoffs, and then in the middle of the season, they reached a deal with the Magic, sending Gary Harris, R.J. Hampton, and the 2015 first-round pick in exchange for Aaron Gordon and Gary Clark. In the 2020-2021 season, the Nuggets, who were determined to win the championship, suffered frequent injuries in the middle of the season, and Will Barton and Jamal Murray in the team were injured and reimbursed for the season. However, the Nuggets, who were short of players, still entered the playoffs as the third in the West under the leadership of Nikola Jokic. They easily won the Trail Blazers in the first round of the playoffs, and Nikola Jokic also successfully won the regular season MVP after the series. But they were swept out by the Suns in the second round of the playoffs due to their thin lineup. Just after winning the MVP, the Nuggets was swept out, which made Nikola Jokic known as the worst MVP in history. In the 2021 offseason, they lost Paul Millsap, but signed Jeff Green in the free agency to fill the vacancy caused by Paul Millsap's departure. At the same time, they renewed Aaron Gordon for 4 years and $92 million and Michael Porter Jr. for 5 years and $207 million. In the new season, they will continue to maintain the original lineup and continue to break through. Unfortunately, their starting point guard Jamal Murray continued to miss the entire season due to injury, which greatly reduced their playoff strength. They ranked 6th in the regular season and faced the Warriors in the playoffs. Facing the Warriors, the favorite to win the championship, the fatal factor of Jamal Murray's absence was infinitely magnified in this series. In the end, they were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. After the season, Nikola Jokic continued to win the MVP, which was also the first second-round pick in league history to win the MVP twice in a row. In the summer of 2022, the Nuggets hired Calvin Booth as the new general manager. Under his operation, the Nuggets selected Christian Braun at the 21st pick. Then they traded Will Barton and Monty Morris to the Wizards in exchange for top 3D players Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Ish Smith, and then renewed Nikola Jokic's contract in advance with a supermax salary of $270 million for 5 years. On the other hand, they signed free agents Bruce Brown Jr. and DeAndre Jordan. With this, the perfect offense and defense Nuggets team was formed. This Nuggets team is both offensive and defensive, with both inside and outside, and the lineup is very reasonable. They were unstoppable in the 2022-2023 regular season, achieving a record of 33 wins and 11 losses in the first half of the season. In the end, they entered the playoffs with the league's first record. In the playoffs, they defeated the Timberwolves, Suns and Lakers in an unbeatable manner and entered the finals. In the finals, they faced the Heat, who created the Black 8 miracle that year. They defeated the Heat with a big score of 4-1 and successfully won the 2023 NBA championship. Nikola Jokic won the finals MVP. In the 2023-2024 season, the Nuggets had a good season. Although they were eliminated by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference semifinals. But in the next 5 years, As long as the Nuggets maintain and strengthen this lineup, they will still be a strong contender for the championship. Okay, that's all the content of this video. This episode is coming to an end, and everyone is welcome to leave comments. Please like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates. There's even more great stuff on my channel homepage. Thank you for watching.